Selective outrage speaks volumes in America. For instance, all the deficit anger about Medicare spending, but not about Pentagon spending, tells the story of a political establishment that too often prioritizes militarism over the health of citizens. Same thing for rage about auto bailouts, but not about Wall Street bailouts. That's a Republican Party that loves Manhattan bankers more than factory workers. And as another College Bowl season finishes up, we see that resentment about the salaries of cops, firefighters, and teachers, but not about the bigger salaries of football coaches, that exposes a culture that seems more interested in games than in real crises. I think this is the big lesson of the recent New York Times story about more and more universities paying coaches millions of dollars a year. It was a lesson best highlighted right here in Colorado, where the University of Colorado decided to pay a new football coach $2 million a year. The move, and the reaction to it, perfectly illustrates America's values, or perhaps our lack of values. To appreciate this, consider the realities surrounding the university's decision. Like many public universities, CU is spending huge money on sports while citing revenue shortfalls as a reason to raise tuition rates. Meanwhile, like in most states, Colorado politics is dominated by conservative rhetoric decrying the allegedly exorbitant pay of public employees. In that context, you might anticipate a harsh reaction to Colorado's biggest university paying a public employee $2 million a year. But of course, you'd be mistaken. Because the millionaire public employees in question are football coaches and not, say, teachers or highway patrolmen or prison guards, the media and the political elite in this state reacted to CU's move by exclusively focusing on what it means for football. Somehow, almost nobody raised the most disturbing questions of all. Those questions should be obvious. Why, for example, do so many say nothing about multi-million-dollar salaries for coaches while simultaneously decrying the multi-thousand-dollar salaries of the far more crucial public employees who teach our kids and protect our communities? Where's the criticism of coaches' salaries from the same Fox News that this year slammed government employees, like firefighters, as, quote, the true 1%? And how are the same Republican leaders who decry public employee pay not now making a stink about coaches, who are typically states' highest paid public employees? Why weren't any of these questions asked? Probably because the only answer to them that isn't totally humiliating just doesn't hold water. No, sorry, paying the average college coach $1.5 million, and that's the average, that's not proven to be a great investment, generating revenue for the educational mission of schools that need money. In fact, that salary level often results in the opposite. As USA Today documented, major football schools in 2012 increased their athletic expenses at a greater rate than they increased their overall institutional expenses on education. Additionally, 93% of Division I athletic programs spend more money now than they generate, meaning money for education is often subsidizing football coaches' multi-million-dollar salaries, not the other way around. So the real answer to all of those questions, then, is priorities. Many taxpayers are basically happy to shell out lots of money for a good football team, believing that sports are of utmost importance and that we therefore must pay for quality. Yet many of those same taxpayers don't similarly value more important needs like healthcare, community security, education, infrastructure. They therefore don't think of those needs in you get what you pay for kind of terms. Ultimately, that mindset results in a nation where touchdowns become more important than teachers, pass protection is more important than police, and coaches are more important than the common good.